A single 5-minute habit turned Mark's mornings from chaos to calm. He used to hit snooze, gulp coffee, and leave feeling rushed. Anxiety followed him all day. Then he started a simple gratitude practice. 5 minutes. A pen. 3 things he was grateful for. He sat, breathed, and wrote. The panic eased. He smiled more. In 1 week his sleep improved, his focus sharpened, and he felt kinder to himself. First, we'll show you the exact words he used. You can try it tomorrow. Small, daily habits beat big, rare changes. Hook, ask emotional question about mornings. The first hour after waking often sets the tone for the whole day. How you feel then can steer your thoughts, your choices, and your energy. Do mornings make you feel bright and ready, or do they press down on your chest like a weight? Do you stare at the ceiling and feel a small panic? Does your mouth go dry when you think of the tasks ahead? Mark felt that way. He heard his alarm and his heart sped up. He hit snooze and the guilt grew. He spilled coffee on his shirt and the day felt ruined before it began. Did the silence of the early hour ever feel loud to you? For Mark, quiet meant a flood of worries. The small room seemed bigger in the wrong way. He worried about bills first, then work, then if he had time to breathe. Those worries arrived before breakfast. They shaped every choice he made that day. You can change one small thing. Start with a single, gentle question in the morning and let it steer you. Life lesson: a tiny shift in how you greet the day can soften your heart, clear your head, and open a better path forward. Introduce Mark and his problem. Mark works as a project manager for a small tech team. He lives alone in a compact apartment near his office. Mornings had become the hardest part of his day. He woke groggy and unfocused, with a heavy feeling in his chest before he even left the bed. Alarm clocks were enemies. He hit snooze several times and then rushed. Skipping breakfast became normal. He grabbed coffee and ran out the door. That hurried start left him already behind by the time he stepped into the office. The stress showed up at work. Concentration slipped during important meetings. His team began to notice the curt tone in his voice. Once he missed an important call, because he left his laptop at home in the rush, and the delay set a project back. He felt embarrassed. At night he would replay the moment and lose sleep over what he should have done differently. He tried small fixes at first. A louder alarm. Extra coffee. A packed bag by the door. Still, the mornings felt like a storm he could not control. The cycle of panic, haste, and regret continued. Inside, worry crept in and made him short with friends and family, which only deepened the loneliness. One quiet morning he admitted that quick fixes were not enough. He wanted calm instead of chaos. He wanted a start that gave energy without the jitter. That realization felt heavy, but freeing at the same time. Life lesson: noticing the small pains in your routine is the first step to changing them, and a tiny shift in the start of the day can change the course of everything that follows. Describe his stressful mornings. Mark woke to the alarm and the blue glow of his phone, where messages and missed calls stacked up like a to-do list. His chest tightened as he scanned the screen. He felt tired before the day began. He hit snooze and lay there listening to his own breath. A quick shower became a race. The coffee pot sputtered and then spilled when he bumped it. His shirt had a stain he had not seen until he stood at the door. He ran to his car with one shoe partly on. Traffic slowed him down. A text about a last-minute meeting arrived while he was stuck at a light. He clenched the steering wheel and tried to plan 3 things at once. At work, the stress followed him in. He fumbled for a file he needed in a meeting. His voice sounded thin. A colleague asked a simple question and he snapped. He felt guilty later, but the apology came after the damage. By lunchtime his energy had drained. He could not focus on one task. Small mistakes piled up and made him feel worse. Those mornings left him raw and reactive, not calm or clear. He carried the tightness home. He lost small joys, like a quiet cup of coffee, or a smile at breakfast. The lesson he learned was simple yet stern: slow moments matter, and small habits protect the rest of your day. He discovers gratitude practice. Research shows that a short gratitude practice can lift mood and sharpen focus. Mark read this in a simple article and liked the idea. He was tired of frantic mornings. He wanted a small change. At first he sat on the edge of his bed and breathed slowly. He set a 5-minute timer on his phone. He wrote 3 things he noticed and liked about that morning. A warm mug. Sunlight on the floor. His dog nudging his hand. He wrote them down in plain words. He felt a small shift right away. The tightness in his chest loosened. Each day he repeated the routine. He did not try to force big feelings. He named tiny, true things instead. The bus arriving on time. A text from a friend. The smell of toast. Some mornings he simply wrote breath, and that was enough. He kept the journal on his nightstand and never skipped more than one day. Simple practice made room for calm. Decisions became clearer when he started with gratitude. Soon small changes reached other parts of his life. He listened more patiently to his partner. He noticed good parts of his work instead of only the stress. He smiled at strangers more easily. The 5 minutes did not take much time, but it opened his view. A small, steady habit can change a whole morning. Life lesson: tiny moments of thanks lead to big changes over time. He starts 5-minute morning habit. A 5-minute gratitude practice each morning can lift mood and sharpen focus. Many studies link daily gratitude to better sleep, lower stress, and more positive interactions. Mark wanted something small and doable. He chose a 5-minute habit he could keep no matter what. He wakes and sits on the edge of the bed. He breathes in slowly and names 3 simple things he feels grateful for, either out loud or in his head, like a warm mug, a kind message he received, or the quiet before the day begins. Some mornings he writes them in a tiny notebook on his nightstand. Other times he just smiles and lets the feeling settle into his chest. At first it felt odd and small. After a week he noticed a real change in how he handled stress. During a tense meeting he stayed calmer and listened more, and that helped the conversation go smoother. He found he made clearer choices. His mornings felt less rushed and less heavy. On busy days he kept it to 2 minutes. That still helped. When travel scrambled his schedule, he adapted by listing gratitudes while brushing his teeth. Small adjustments kept the habit alive. Flexibility made it realistic. Colleagues said he seemed more present. His to-do list did not shrink, but he felt less overwhelmed by it. Little things became brighter, like a co-worker's laugh or the taste of coffee. Gradually the tone of his whole day shifted. One morning he watched sunlight fill the kitchen, and felt a quiet joy he had not felt in months. He let a tear fall and did not hide it. That simple practice opened a softness in him that changed how he moved through people and tasks. The lesson he learned is clear. Big change often begins with tiny acts repeated. 5 minutes can reframe a whole day if you keep it simple, stay flexible, and treat yourself with kindness. Start small, stick with it, and notice how small moments grow into real change. His mood and life slowly change. Daily habits shape attention and mood. Mark began a simple 5-minute gratitude practice each morning. He sat on the edge of his bed and named things he felt thankful for. At first it felt awkward. He kept it short and honest. He noticed small shifts in his mood. Worry did not flood him as soon as he opened his phone. He felt lighter when he tied his shoes. Mornings became calmer. He smiled more at his partner. Conversations lost their sharp edges. His life slowly bent toward better choices. Work felt less like a fight. He listened more at meetings. A tense email no longer pulled him into panic. He chose simpler meals and short walks when he had a break. Friends sensed the change and invited him out more often. The changes were quiet but steady. Joy crept back into small things like brewing coffee and hearing birds. Confidence grew without grand gestures. The lesson he learned is simple: small, consistent acts reshape your inner world and then your life follows. Keep going. Final life lesson about small habits. Small habits compound and shape our days. Mark began with just 5 minutes of gratitude each morning. He sat on the edge of the bed, breathed slowly, and listed 3 small things he appreciated that day. He wrote them down in a cheap notebook he kept on the nightstand. The practice was simple. It did not take much willpower. It gave him a moment of calm before the rush. That short ritual changed how he saw ordinary moments. He started noticing the steam from his coffee, the soft text from his partner, and the way sunlight hit the kitchen table. One morning, after writing down these small gifts, he read an email that would normally spike his anxiety. He breathed, remembered the list, and answered with clarity instead of anger. He felt steadier. He made better choices. Small shifts in focus led to different reactions. Consistency mattered more than perfection. Some days he forgot. He set a gentle alarm and moved the notebook closer to the lamp. He paired the 5 minutes with brushing his teeth so the habit could stick. He replaced heavy expectations with tiny actions. Over weeks, those tiny actions built a sense of identity. He became someone who notices the good. He felt more grateful, calmer, and more present when his child came to say good morning. The mornings stopped being a scramble and started being a quiet platform for the whole day. Small acts, repeated, change how you live. Keep it tiny. Do it again tomorrow. The true life lesson is this: small habits create big change when you choose them every day. Mark used to wake up on autopilot. He hit snooze and felt empty. He tried a 5-minute gratitude practice. He sat, breathed, and wrote 3 small things he was thankful for. At first it felt strange. After 2 weeks he felt calmer. His mornings felt warmer. His work felt clearer. His relationships felt softer. Quick recap of the key points. 5 minutes is enough. Write 3 specific things. Breathe and notice. Do it every day. Start small and be gentle. If you feel rushed like Mark, try it tomorrow. Tell us your 3 things in the comments. Like this video if it helped. Subscribe to see more simple habits. Next time, we will share a short morning routine to boost focus and energy. Life lesson: tiny, kind actions done every day turn ordinary mornings into a life you enjoy.
Thank you for watching. Goodbye.